and
Some people
use
were
their
black
heritage.
cats, though.
But if you go back another 100 years, there was no such thing as a scribal or a black hat. They didn't wear them in different areas. They wore turbans. They wore nothing at all. They could wear big Abraham Lincoln top hats. But
Point taken, point taken.
But why do they skip
Got it.
That's a childish question.
Well, it's a legitimate question, though. You want to take it first?
Once the disenthronement of God begins in the Enlightenment, and history ruptures, and the notion of a God-centered society begins to fade, and is replaced with a man-centered society, the dangers of living comfortably in the world become accentuated. So that what both the Hasidic community and the Yeshiva community, and incidentally in Eretz Yisrael to some extent the religious Zionist community have done, is that they have decided, in order to solidify primary religious commitments, it's good to create cultural barriers, and that the cultural barriers serve as a means to separate us from them. Just as we find in halacha, certain halachas about not eating Gentile bread or not engaging in other easy social activities with non-Jews, so too at this point in history, many communities within Orthodoxy felt that it was good to create distinguishing characteristics so as to protect one's core commitment. And whether it's successful or not, history will have to note, but it certainly seems in the short term that it is successful. I would think so.
And then also,
Wait, I'm going to respond. I speak about this a lot, so I have kind of like a canned answer. I apologize if it doesn't come out clear, so ask me about it. You guys, and I include myself when I was your age, so you guys have a very confused sense of self. You don't know exactly where you stand on the religious scale, and your clothing reflects that. Everybody's clothing reflects a societal identification. The average MTA kid dresses in a way which it depicts religious and spiritual ambivalence or confusion. In a right-wing yeshiva, I'm not saying this is the ideal, but one of the advantages of putting everybody in a uniform is that it gives everybody a sense of identification. And that makes chinuch a lot easier. How so?